This conference will now be recorded.
Everybody received or didn't received?
Yes, sir,
Course
it's there
material,
in.
it's there in the drive, right? A course material is there in the drive. Everyone?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yes. Okay. Now, the course material doesn't contain LMS. The course material doesn't contain your right jest. As I told you, these are just the recent technology that got into practice. Right? When I say recent, it's just a week back with the new Salesforce release. This all came into picture. So that is the reason that you don't have right the course material. So in the course material, you'll not be able to find those. Right? I will add it, and then once I add on the same drive, you'll be able to see one more version will come in. Right? One more version will come. Now you might be able to see version 1.0. Right? This is the documentation which is available, 56-page Lightning Web component course material is available, which covers everything. You can just go by this document. By the way, nobody needs to worry about anything. Just go by this document. That's it. You need not to break your head anywhere. A complete structure is given to you, right? So please refer to this. What is LDS flow and everything. So you'll have complete in this documentation. It's there in the drive. What is a wire adapter? I've given in a very precise manner, right? With the points so that you remember, right? So nothing big stories, only with the points, right? I have provided here. So please refer to this document. The next piece we'll talk about is the interview questions. Let's start with this important. You will also get a document there. I'm not sure whether that document is also there or not. Interview questions. I have tried to put as much as Lightning Web Component interview questions, right? With answers. With answers. What is a decorator? What is a shadow DOM? What are the custom elements? What is a template? What is a slot? Right? Certain new questions you will hear. So just go ahead. What are the types of decorators available? What are the structure of your right Lightning Web Component structure? So all these are available. Go ahead and read these questions. Some 40 questions answer, and then I have given you another set of what you called a complete set of 100 more questions. 100? Yes, more 100 questions. Right? So please review these interview questions before you go to interview. 90% chances that all the interview questions will come from here because there is no other questions. So what is bubbling in LWC? Explain LWC event propagation. What is programmatically event handling? What is declarative event handling? Right? What are the difference between Aura event and LWC event? What are the difference between LWC event handling and Aura event handling? Right? Everything. Explain the LWC event flow. What is an LWC event? How do you create a dispatch event? How do you handle event in LWC? Right? Why do you use @Aura enabled method? Can you use multiple Aura enabled method for a multiple methods? So please refer to these documents, guys. Right? This will be helpful for you. Very soon I'll add version 2.0. As soon as I add a version 2.0, the course material will be available to you with LMS and jest. This two topic, including right singleton, bubbling, singleton, right, where we did right, if you remember, pubsub is also not there in this document if I can understand. So these three topics I'll add it, right, and I'll post it. Okay, now let's come to the topic. Today we will talk about ScratchOrg. What is a ScratchOrg? ScratchOrg is a temporary org setup. ScratchOrg is a temporary setup. A temporary environment is called ScratchOrg. And then the way, right, I created what? OF, I always log in rupam@of96.com. LT96.com. That's one org, right? In that org, I want to create sub-orgs. Everybody, 20 users are there, right? Everybody is uploading directly to the source org. This is the source org. LT96 is a source org. LT96 is a source org. In that source org, there are, let's say that 50 developers. All the 50 developers are pushing the code to single repository, right? When you go to the Lightning component, you will be able to see Lightning component. They're retrieving component, they're dumping component. You made a change, I made a change. There's a lot of disturbances, right? Then the concept of individual org comes. In Salesforce, if you want an individual org, then you have to create an individual login. The way I have a login called LT96, you have your login. I don't know what is the name of your login. So everybody have created their own orgs, right? 1111 org. In other words, you have created your own orgs, right? Same concept is applied inside one org. Currently, everybody has created their own developer force account, separate org, right? Where you are downloading the program, you are uploading the program, checking it. But if in your environment, if 20 people joins, then there will be a problem. The same program you're uploading, he's also made changes to a program. What will happen to those? We need, for development, it is difficult to work in a collaborative environment many a times, right? Hence, we have a concept called as ScratchOrg. ScratchOrg can be used for a new project, for a new feature, for testing a new capability, right? For any deployment task, right? Or for doing any development task. All these are called ScratchOrg. ScratchOrg will have a main org called as DevHub.org. Remember this. The main org is called DevHub.org. DevHub.org. Every deployment will have one DevHub.org. For example, LT96. I'll have one DevHub. For your deployment, you have one DevHub. One platform account you open, you will get one DevHub. From that one DevHub, I can connect, I can create suborgs. A complete environment for one person. A complete individual environment for 10 people. So it's something like, how does it looks? Let's understand. Paint, ScratchOrg. One main debug org. So this is your deployment. OF96, sorry, LT96. Rupam @296. Inside that, I will have one main DevHub org. DevHub org. DevHub org. Now, everybody, all the users here, let's say that there are 4 or 5 users, right? There are 4 users. Let's take an example. Everybody is connected to the main org as of today. He is doing a development. He will push the program to the main org. I will push the program to the main org. Ravi will push the program to the main org. Sham will push the program to the main org. Everybody is just pushing the program. Everybody is pushing the program. Now, this is creating time conflict issues. That's the reason Salesforce came up with a new type of concept called a ScratchOrg. From here, I will create 1 org, 2 org, 3 org, 3 ScratchOrg. User will connect to the ScratchOrg. From the ScratchOrg, you can push here. So whenever you are completed your work, right, till the time your development is going on, you don't need to connect to the main org, right? User will be connected to the ScratchOrg. This is your ScratchOrg. Right? User will not connect the DevHub directly, right? All the codes will be available here. Here I will push the code. Here I will make the change of the code. Here I will check, I will see a preview whether it's working or not. Yep, it's working. Finally, when it's working, then I'll push to the dev hub, main org. Similarly, right, somebody else is working on some other component, right? There is a one more. You are not only the developer, you are working on one component. Somebody else is working on another component. Somebody else is working on another component. Somebody else is working on another component. He will connect to that ScratchOrg. His ScratchOrg. ScratchOrg are personal. They will have a validity date. 30 days is the max. 30 days. This org, this environment is valid only for 30 days. 30 days. 30 days. 30 days. This org, lifetime validity. After 30 days, you have to create one more ScratchOrg. In other words, these are temporary environment. Temp environment. Temp environment. This is your fixed environment. Fixed environment. Right? Why we need temporary environment? Right? Maybe I gave you a 2 weeks task, a month task to create 2 components. You'll create the component here, you will test it here, everything. So your interaction will be pushed to SourceOrg, retrieve from SourceOrg, right? ScratchOrg. Sorry, not SourceOrg, ScratchOrg. So here, that's called as ScratchOrg. Temporary environment which is a complete development environment, which is available for personal developers personal environment, my own environment. If I log in by this environment, then I will know that nobody else can log into this. Nobody else can log into this. Can I add users to this environment? Yes. Can I have another person as a viewer to this environment? Can I add it like this? Yes, you can. 2 people can be added. Mostly it's personal. 1 person, 1 scratch. 1 person, 1 scratch. That's called as ScratchOrg. Every ScratchOrg has a limitation. See, 20 MB of 200 MB of data, 50 MB of file. Every ScratchOrg has a data limitation, size limitation. Size limitations. ScratchOrg. Right? Now, how many ScratchOrg you can create? Depending on the licenses. Developer license, I can have 3. See, active ScratchOrg allocation 3. Daily ScratchOrg allocation 6. I can have, right? See, developer edition or trial edition. You have limitations. You can create only 3 ScratchOrg to be active. Active ScratchOrg allocation. Daily ScratchOrg 6. One day you can have 6 daily. One day. There are ScratchOrg which are created for one day also. ఈరోజు కోసమే. I want to test today something, so one environment will be created for you. Temporary environment. ScratchOrg. Depending on the licenses, you have the ScratchOrg available. Right? Now, where the ScratchOrg are created? Right? ScratchOrg are created in the public cloud. You can see that. ScratchOrg are created from DevHub in public cloud, are created in public cloud instance. Salesforce has a government cloud which is secure only for government organization, and remaining all private comes under public cloud. So it's created under that. Just for information. That's it. What is that? You don't need to worry about it. ScratchOrg. Right? You have to create a ScratchOrg. Right? ScratchOrg. ScratchOrg, all these informations are stored where? They are stored in a ScratchOrg definition file. There is a file which store all the information. Who are the people in the ScratchOrg? What is the validity of a ScratchOrg? What are the data that is attached to a ScratchOrg? What are the classes that's there in the ScratchOrg? All those informations are available, right? They are called as ScratchOrg information. What is the information it contains? Org name, country, see, description, language, feature, release, settings, all these things. ScratchOrg definition file, right? ScratchOrg definition. Don't worry about this program. This is not writing a program. This is how the file looks. It's they are giving. It looks in a JSON format. ScratchOrg, right? ScratchOrg. You want to see where the ScratchOrg is? Your command is this. You can see that, right? Your command is this. Scratch definition JSON. System will give you that table, right? You want to locate your ScratchOrg file? Just type this command in the terminal window. Scratch-def.json. It will give you. You can add users, as I was talking about. ScratchOrg users. Can I create a ScratchOrg users? Yes. Sometimes you need other user to test. I created it. I want a tester. So rather than creating another org, why can't I give access to my org? Yes. Create a ScratchOrg user. How to create? All commands sfdx force user create, right? When in real time, when it requires, see, when you sfdc force user create, you have to create a sfdc force user create user definition username, and automatically you can see that it sfdc force user list. If you write, it will show you admin, right? This is the profile name, this is the username, and this is the user who is a part of ScratchOrg. You can add users by using sfds force update force user create force user create. You need not to worry about all these things. I mean, very frankly, in real time, this all will be created by you, by your right SME. They will create and they will give you the ScratchOrg. Create a ScratchOrg. How? You can do that by sfdx command, sfdx force org.create. You can create, you can run this command. Or else, what I can do, let us open my Visual Code. How to create a ScratchOrg. Let us see. Right, file, close this folder. It's closing. Oh, what is this? Update now. Okay, anyhow. Right. I'm opening the folder. Right. That's the folder that we have. Now, to create a ScratchOrg, what you can do is that you can directly run a ScratchOrg command to create this. Control Shift P, it will take time for the commands to be populating it. Control Shift P, it will take time. So let's wait. It's still doing something. It has not yet populated well. First thing is that you need to have a devub, authorize the devub. Right, wait, the full-fledged command has not yet come in. Control P, right, not yet there. You have to wait for a couple of minutes and then we will be able to see. Control Shift P now, right? No, I just have SFDX. No, only 3. Wait, system is still doing. Control Shift P, SFDX. I still didn't got. I want to authorize an org first, and then here in the Control Shift P itself, I will find create ScratchOrg. Right, we'll be creating one, and all this program that we'll do, we will push it to the ScratchOrg. We'll push it to the ScratchOrg. Right. Control Shift P. Now it's there. What happened? It's taking so much time. Right. SFDX. No, still it has not full-fledged, it has not put, right? Let it come. SCR. Okay, now it's right. Create ScratchOrg, org, SFDX, SFDX. No, I still don't see this. Why? Control Shift P. Authorize. Right now it's not coming. It also realized that today is the last day, so I don't want to work. All right, let me go ahead. Yes, connected. Perfect. I'm connected to the internet also. That's fine. It's able to access. Control Shift P. Create Lightning Web Component. I'm not getting anything. Right now, these are the problems that we always get. Right. SFDX. No. Okay, it's taking time. Meantime, right, keep on updating your command cmd. It's not working. So you know how to update, right? Maybe, right? SFDX UPDAT. I'm just updating my SFDX. So okay, even if it doesn't come, don't worry about it. Whenever you say Control Shift P, create, you'll be able to see an option called as create default ScratchOrg. Press enter, give a name. It'll ask you for how many days. 30 days, it will say 1 to 21 days or 30 days. By default, 7 will be there. Enter 7, press enter. Where do you want to create? In the same folder. Press enter and automatically an ScratchOrg will be created. Right? Looks like my SFDX is not responding. See? That is the reason there in the Visual Studio Code also, my SFDX is not coming up. Maybe I have to restart the whole system and do the same story. Oh, finally it's responded. Right? 6.3. Now see the version 6.68. SFDX is continuously changing, guys. As I told you, LWC is continuously changing. New things are coming up. That's the reason in every 15 days, go ahead and update. Go ahead and update. 7.63, 64, 65, 66, 67, 68. Within 1 month, we started the course. 5 versions of SFDX was released. You can see 63 to 68. Right? Because these are some new components came in, or sorry, new support came, LMS came, and everything came. So those are all getting updated with this command. Right? Let it update. Meantime, let me check now. Control Shift P. Yep, now I got it. See, after it responding, it's responding there. First, authorize an org. Okay, I cannot because it's updating here. Till the time it's update, you cannot do that. You have to wait. So keep your SFDX updated, and then I'll show you how to create a ScratchOrg, how to push a program to a ScratchOrg, how to see the list of a ScratchOrg, how to delete a ScratchOrg. Very frankly, in real time, this is not your work. We will create a ScratchOrg and you will log in and automatically, right, you will be given a ScratchOrg by your SMEs. You will just log in and you'll work. That's it. Other than this, you don't have anything else in the ScratchOrg. Any question till here in the ScratchOrg? Right, let it update, then I'll create and I'll show you. Right, for the interview purposes, what is a ScratchOrg? It's a temporary org for a developer. For a developer's temporary org is called as ScratchOrg. These are valid for 7 to 30 days. Mostly 21 days is the frequent validity that has been used in real time. Why these are used? for developing a feature, for developing a component, for testing a component, for doing any type of deployments, we use SFDX ScratchOrg, right? So that a user can standalone environment for the user, for the developer standalone environment. Can I push from a ScratchOrg to main org? Yes. Right? Can I push a program from a script? Can I download a program? Can I download a component, LWC component? Yes, you can do that. Can I add a user? Yes. How many ScratchOrg can be there? Right? Depends on the license. For developer license, there can be 3 active and 6 daily. If it's a professional, 200 ScratchOrg. Do you have a size limitation? Yes. Right? 20 MB. So this is how you do. Right? Looks like that this is now taking time. It's just in 13 MB. It has to go to 31.7 MB. So keep on running this update command in between so that you keep your SFDX updated latest. SFDX get frequently updated. So other than waiting, I don't have any other option. This update has to be done first. Let me see without update it works or not. Right? So I will say authorize a DevUp over no. Authorize an org. Okay. Login. Press enter. Whichever command is working. See, earlier it failed. Authorize. Now let's see that whether now it works or not, because update is running parallelly. Rupam, at the rate lt96.com, password CRM1234 hash. Okay, it ran successfully. Close the tab. Now let us say Control Shift P, create, right, SCRA, create a default ScratchOrg. First, I'm creating a default ScratchOrg. So that's create a default ScratchOrg. Right? It'll ask you select the destination file. Right? Where do you want to create the ScratchOrg? You can go ahead and you can create here. Right? Select the destination file. So I say press enter. What is the ScratchOrg name? Enter the name. I will say, right, Rupam ScratchOrg. Org. Rupam ScratchOrg. Press enter. For how many days it valid? See, by default, it's taking 7 days. Enter 1 to 30 days. I will say this is valid for 21 days. Press enter. It is creating a default ScratchOrg. Default ScratchOrg. So wait. Let's see where the update is happening. It's 22 MB. I cannot perform all the tasks now because update is going on at the backend, and This also is taking time now, creating ScratchOrg. Okay, you can see that. Create ScratchOrg ran successfully. That means your ScratchOrg got created. Control Shift P, right? ScratchOrg. Let's see, right? You can see that. Now you get an option called push to default ScratchOrg. See that push, pull. What were the programs we created? You can push now, push it, push with overwrite. Suppose there is already a page there, you have written a component on that component, right? Overwrite the component, right? View changes in the default ScratchOrg. What are the changes that happen to your ScratchOrg, right? Let's see. System is running. It will show you the, actually it's running a command. What is the, see, it's showing you. What is the command? sfdx force ScratchOrg create .config at Rupam ScratchOrg, duration 21 days, default username is this something. That is what it ran. Now it's saying ScratchOrg status not found, right? sfdx, this is the command, right? sforce sorg status, this, the status was not found. You can go ahead and you can do lot of things with the ScratchOrg. You can, whatever the program is there, earlier where I used to deploy, I used to say that deploy sfdx, escape, sfdx, control shift P, right? I used to always deploy to the, right, push to the default. Now going forward, right, see that my commands are changing, right? Because I created as org, earlier I used to get what, push to the default org or push to the org. Now I'm getting what, push to the source, push source to the default ScratchOrg. ScratchOrgs are coming up. That means everything that I do here, I can push to this. When I log in, I'll be able to see that component. When somebody else log in, he will not be able to see that component, right? I log into the Salesforce, right? I go to the developer console, I create an app, I pull this component called LWC 1071 record form because I've pushed it to my default ScratchOrg. All the ScratchOrg related information you can find from here, right? How many ScratchOrg, right? Users, details, how many ScratchOrgs are there in my company? Just go ahead and type. These are actually, once upon a time, we used to be command prompt. Now, after Eclipse as well as after Visual Studio Code, we don't remember those commands. Authorize an org, right? SCRATCH. ScratchOrg. I want to see the list of all the ScratchOrg. View the changes to the default ScratchOrg. No. Push to the default. Push, pull, right? No. View all the changes, local and default ScratchOrg. All the changes, both. I want to see where it is. So all these, right? You can find the list. You can go to Google and just type, right, SFDC list of ScratchOrg. ScratchOrg, right? Manage ScratchOrg from DevHub. Okay. Command prompt. I'll give you the command list also, by the way. That Excel sheet. I have one list of Excel sheet. Here is the command. Complete command. Create a record. These are terminal. Once upon a time, we used to remember all this. Once upon a time, we used to remember all this. Right? Now completely forgotten. Now completely forgotten. Because we have an equal command for this. SCRATCH ScratchOrg. Create a ScratchOrg, delete a ScratchOrg, right? See, force.org.list. Run this command. List of all active orgs you created, right? See, it's showing my, right, details of my, right, local. These are local, all the lightning components, whatever I created, list, complete list, what we created, right? Click on terminal, click on new terminal, run the command. Wait for the terminal to come in. It's opening. Terminal window. Wait. From that list, you can execute the command. Control V. Force org list. Oh, what happened? Force org, is it cannot be recognized for the same function, right? File operation, category, object, right? What happened? List of display, force org display. Get the org description and everything. You want to delete, all these commands are there, right? Org limit, you can see that. What is org limit? What happened? Why it's not taking? Right? What is the problem? The term force org display is not recognized by the name of the, okay. These commands are not recognized now. These are all old commands. Might be.
We have to put SFDX in front of force. Huh?
Sorry?
Do we have to write SFDX and then space?
SFDX, that's correct. Actually not required, right? It should be taking it automatically. Actually, we don't need that because I'm in the SFDX terminal window itself, right? That's correct. But it shouldn't be, it's not required. Now you can see that it's, yep. Type SFDX in front of everyone. But if you are doing it from here, what do you call it, command prompt, then you should write SFDX for every command in front of it. But because I am already in my org, I am already in a terminal window, so that's the reason I was not using it. But looks like that here also you have to use. Okay. I mean, ideally, if you type the command, it should be taking it automatically. We never use for SFDX, but anyhow, fine. You can see that access token. What is the name of the org? This is the name of the org. Developer edition. When this is created, when this is going to expire. See, 21/8/2020. It's going to expire. What is my instance URL? This is my instance URL. This is my ScratchOrg URL. Is it active? Yes. Right? System is creating a temporary org for me. Temporary org for me. See, enterprise-innovation.135.dev.cs.73. Right? It's creating. Right? Temporary org it's creating, guys. Username. It's this. Control C. Can I go ahead and log in with my username? Let's see. RUPM lt96.com. Password CRM1234 hash. No, you have to use this only. Oh, right. System has created a temporary org for you. That's exactly what is here. Username. Right. DevHub ID is this. On the ID, it's creating this with this name. ID. Password. What is the password here? Right. CRM1234 hash. Let's see. Or right. Go ahead and see password. There should be command to get the password because system generates an auto password and it's stored there. Right. You need not to go to this org and open and see. Right. Open the org. I can directly use this command sfdx open the org. It will open the org default rather than me manually logging in. sfdx. Right. It is equal to open default org. Right. Access to this user URL enterprise. See, it's opening the org now. Wait. See, same org it's opening. Enterprise.135. It's not opening Rupam @ LT96. Keep on watching on the top. No thanks. Keep watching here. What is this? 135. Did I create this? No. It has created a temporary org. This org is valid for how many days? Only for next 21 days. See, it says sandbox on the top. See, sandbox on the top. ScratchOrg. Same as your main org. Same as your main org. Here also you have develop. You can create a class. This class will be there in this org. It's not there in our main org. So whenever you create a program and you push, if you say Control Shift P, it will not go to a ScratchOrg. So don't try to log on to ScratchOrg manually. Always run with open default, open ScratchOrg, default ScratchOrg. Then you will see that you are no more login to OF92. System has opened a new temporary org for you called 135.ed.cs. Whenever you push a program, it will be pushed here. You can now test it from here. Now I can test this from here, developer console. See, everything is same. I created a component, I push to this org. I will test it, everything is fine. Then I will push it to the dev hub or main org. Right? File, new. I can create everything, lightning component application. Right? I can create everything. Right? Able to understand, guys, what is a ScratchOrg in real time? This is your org, your temporary environment. Nobody else will be there. Only you are there. In this, nobody else is there. Manage user. Let's see. Nobody is there. You can see that. No Rahul, no Sachin, nobody is there. I want to give somebody an access temporary. Then can I get to this org? Yes, you can. You can create a new user. You are not giving it to the main org. Main org is 96. This is a temporary org. Only for 30 days it will work. After 30 days, this link will not work. Right? See, this is I'm this user. test.vjeexample.com. This is the one. This is me now. System has created automatically. So in real time, right? Most of the company uses ScratchOrg. They give an individual environment to the developer for their own development practices. Once it is done, you have tested thoroughly. Then only you will say Control Shift, right? What you will do, you will push those to where? To the main org, right? Then you will authorize an org. Authorize an org is a main org authorization, which I've been always doing. Now, because I'm doing a ScratchOrg, I created ScratchOrg. What the system is doing? System is connecting to the ScratchOrg, right? SFDX, open default org. Let's see what it opens. Let's check it out. Right? See, it's not opening LT96. It's opening what now? ScratchOrg. It's opening the ScratchOrg. It's opening the ScratchOrg. Now, no more. All the programs that I created will be deployed. If I say Control Shift P, right? Push to the ScratchOrg, right? Push. As push shows to ScratchOrg. Here, if I click on it, right? This program, Control Shift P, push to the ScratchOrg. Same as deploy. Now see, deploy command is no more there. Here only push practice. Deploy is on the main org. Deploy is done on the main org. Here deploy. Here only push pull, push. But when you go to the main org, then you have deploy. Then we have a deploy. So system is now push to the ScratchOrg failed. There's some reason you have missing component metadata, expected a file, right? Package.xml. Always this package.xml is creating a problem. Right? Push 2 or 3 times, you should be able to push it. Every time it tells the same thing. Control Shift P, push, right, running. Push shows to the default ScratchOrg and override conflict. So this is how you work in the real-time environment if you have a ScratchOrg. For now, you just need to either remember these commands, couple of them as you want, or you can go ahead. After the work is over, you can delete. See, force dot org dot delete. You can delete an org. And if I delete an org, what will happen to the program that nothing will happen. The program is still there in your local drive. No, in the local project, your program is still there. That was just for testing to see the output. Without deploying to my main org, how can I see the output? In LWC, I cannot see the output, no. In Visual Studio Code, I cannot see the output. So that's the reason you want to have a temporary org where you will deploy it, you will see the output, everything is fine, yes, okay. Then, or you are using a developer console doing that, download it from there, put it in your download here, right? All the programs that is available there, download here, right? Later, from here, push it the way we did in the deployment class. From one environment to another environment through Visual Code, same thing, you'll push. Right? If you want to do more research on Scratcher, but this much knowledge is enough for you. You don't need to break your head much on ScratchOrg. In an interview, they'll ask you what is a ScratchOrg, what are the limitations of ScratchOrg, what is the use of ScratchOrg, that's it. Right? So that's it for my side, guys. Right? I'll once again copy and paste the last project file, the final conclusion project file. This project file I'll copy and paste by end of the day. Right? It'll be there. And maybe after 1.5 months, once again, just open this folder and check whether any new videos has come or not. Right? For the next 1 year, I told you, every 2 months, log into your video file and check whether any new video has come or not. Right? Anytime if you want to reach me out, you have my email address. Please write it down. Few of you might have my mobile number also. Right? But however, I'm very rarely reachable on mobile. So please send me an email. Right? I'll definitely reply you back. Maybe late, delayed, but yes, I do. Thank you, guys. Nice, being with you for last 1 month, and thanks for bearing me in certain occasions where, due to my personal or family or health or whatever you call it, right, I've been, I was not able to accommodate those sessions, and you guys were very helpful and understanding. Thanks for that. Right? Any help required, let me know. Thanks, guys. Bye-bye and best of luck.
Sorry, when is our next Aura component class starts?
Aura component class at this moment, it's already started, no? Or Saturday and Sunday. Weekend class every day, Saturday and Sunday morning, 7:30 a.m. to 9:30. Already it's going on.
Okay.
Right? So it's going on. For more, if you want the next batch when to start, then please contact admin. They will tell you. If you want, you can join now. It's 2 class over. Last and final call for onboarding. Already I made it. Those who want to onboard, this Saturday they can onboard. So please contact the admin and onboard if you require, because thereafter you'll not. It will take 2.5 months from now to complete the lightning there. Right?
Weekends, right?
Weekends, Saturday and Sunday only. Only Saturday and Sunday. Okay.
Got it.
Thank you, guys. Take care. Have a nice and wonderful day. Bye-bye, guys. Best of luck.